Did you ever noticed? Did you ever noticed when you're doing something what you think you want it so much and you think it's so amazing, whatever you do is just not going, and you starting pushing and you starting pulling and you starting force it, and actually more you force it, less it's happening, less is becoming what you was dreaming of. More you pushing, more it's actually sometimes goes opposite. Did you ever notice that situation? Like imagine like if you say, I want to get married, just like I was before. And then more you're trying to look for that person, more you're trying to look for where is that person, who is he, when can I find it? And more we try to find the person, looks like more I try, less I can get the right one. Or did you ever try it like, if you're looking for a job and thinking, oh, I want this and I want that and I want this, and more you pushing and pushing and pushing, writing CVs. I remember one of my client actually, she was writing 20 CVs every day. And more she was pushing, more she was doing it. And it's not really was just writing, but she was really after writing, she was doing this, she was doing that. And actually more she was doing it, more she get tired, and actually less she was attracting what she wanted. So today I actually wanted to talk how really we can do this more power without forcing. And that's normally we all do that because we are trained everywhere in the school, in this college and everywhere. Everybody say, oh, you have to do this and you have to be the best, you have to do that. And, and we do, and we have to probably, it's probably system works. But sometimes more we push and giving all energy into it and all that, but really if it's not for you, universe saying, no, it's not for you. Would you stop pushing it? It's not coming. You're not ready yet. Or maybe it's like something what is not at this moment. Maybe you have to a little bit wait, or maybe you have to do something different to get what you want. So the biggest thing, what I noticed and really worked for me and for many of my clients is actually wish board. And with wish board, creating your own wish board, actually, it works so much faster than really just saying, oh, I will do this and I will do that, and pushing and pushing and pushing. And actually, without really doing some magical things, what normally nobody teaching in school. That is, imagining, feeling it, living that, and only then go and do it. But imagine like if I say it's a river and I stand in the river, and I'm trying to hold that river water going with the hands, with all my body, with all this. It's like forcing to stop this river. How much I would hold to it. And probably I would try to hold it and hold it and force it to stop it with my hands, with my kind of hands. And how much I would grab it really to stop it, only that much, how much will fit in my hands. And the same time still will slip away and will run. That's very much the same in our life. Sometimes we forcing kids to do this and we think we know everything and we think as that will be better for them and all that. And we forcing them to do this and we forcing to do that. And no matter how much we trying to stop them to do something what they want, they still end up doing it, and maybe more don't liking you for pushing them to do that. Many times I actually got beautiful mothers who's actually wanted what I talk with them kids before they go to college, and kind of nearly my job, what they wanted, what I would kind of help them to understand what that college is the best. But actually, when I talk with the person, I said, I'm not promised because, I'm not promised what you will be happy with the end result, Because when I talk with the person, I will not force ever to do something what they don't want, but we will looking into it, what is suits them, what is them dream about moms and dads pushing. And and sometimes the results, mothers and fathers not really impressed with my results, because I really asking for the person, what would you like? As parents don't really ask for person, for the child, what do you want? Because they think they're too small, they're too silly, they don't know what they want, they're too young to understand life and all that. As adults sometimes think they know more than kids, and that is wrong. But anyway, I'm not will go in that part. But really, if you force somebody to do something what they don't like, somebody will be very unhappy. And I got a couple women, actually mothers, calling me and saying they actually what to do. My child actually about finishing college drops out, and now I am in trouble because I don't want to see the money there, pay it already, but person don't want to finish. How can you make them, because people sometimes think life coach, it will coach the person to guide, yes, but not what the mother wants. And that's where is the difference. Sometimes people think if I tell what I want and I pay money, I will guide them to that direction. No, life coach is coaching what person comes to the happy moment, and he will choose what he wants to, or not do what mothers or somebody else telling. Because mostly, as I was saying, adults think what they know better, but not always. Like, barely never. We know something. We know, but actually, kids coming into this life knowing more about what they want, as we think we know because we looked after the child for a long time, and we know better about the life. But actually, child not always wants to know what mom wants, because we don't really know. Sometimes even child or you as a person don't really know what you really want, because you're not connected with your higher self, with your soul, with your you know with your real purpose and all. So that's why sometimes we think what we know better, but sometimes even child and yourself don't know what is good for that soul to do in this life. But forcing it never will make anybody happy. Believe me, I've seen many times what people actually for a long time living in marriage, and they saying, you know what, I don't even want to get married. I felt forced into it. And I was very much the same. I felt I was kind of forced into it, first by the society and then other by the person who wants to get married. But at the same time, more we do from love, more we do from our really knowing what we want, more we work with your wish board. And if you don't have it, give me a shout and we organize something, because actually I'm organizing new little group to do a wish board, because some people asking me how to do it, and we can do it again. But the point is, when you have a wish board, it's so important, work on it without pushing, but actually letting universe to put everything when you want and what you want. Because sometimes we think we know what we want, we think we know what we wanted now, but if you're not in the right time, you're not ready for something big or something, it could be wrong timing, could be wrong thinking, wrong thing for you at the moment, and in the end could be actually damaging more than giving anything better and good as you was thinking. So what I'm really asking you, when I'm really saying, power without pushing, without forcing, what is that? That's actually more relax, more concentrate on what you want, and really more dream about it, more visualize it, more give your senses and your all higher powers and your soul to go up there, organize the plan. And if it really feels great about it, after about maybe couple days, not like at this moment, hot, I'm going, I'm doing, and then after a week, oh sugar, I actually don't like this anymore. It's just like dating somebody and you really like saying, oh my God, it's amazing. I want to marry this person. And then after a week, you realize, "Ooh, actually, no." That's exactly the same could be sometimes with our things, with our dreams, with our kind of thinkings, what that will be better, especially like I noticed when women get or men get in a new job, but they was dreaming about. And actually after a week or two, they're saying, oh sugar, I actually never really noticed, but this is will be like that. I didn't think about it. First, you jump in too fast, but at the same time, you did not give a good explanation for the universe. How would you like to feel? What kind of job would you like to have? What kind of people you would like to have around you? What kind of you would look like what you being there, because that's why it's vision board. It's always so important, because when you do this kind of visualization kind of work, you seeing your vision board, you imagining yourself doing the thing what you want to do. Like I remember I was always looking at my vision board, and in there was like celebrities wearing my dresses. And I was like, oh, Jesus, I don't know. It feels like, oh, how will I get them? And I felt actually a little bit scary to, and scared actually to just even imagine what somebody like some celebrity would wear my clothes. But I have to get used to it. And then boom, like last year, beautiful girl from like Miss Ireland and all that, and went into the Venice and wear my dress. And another girl, actually, I thought I will have only one star, but actually end up having two beautiful stars. And she is a beautiful, beautiful businesswoman, and she is a star, and she is an actress, and she's like TV award winning things. It's so much about her. She's doing really a lot, and she's amazing. And she was wearing one of my dress on for the Venice film festival. So it was like I didn't even dare to think like that. Well, I will get two actually in the end on the red carpet, the pictures and everything. Oh, it's beautiful. But that's the kind of beauty when you think about something without forcing. You kind of just saying, okay, I would love that. I see it. I'm visualizing. I'm dreaming about it. I'm thinking about it. So your soul and your mind, your heart actually gets ready for that moment. But if we get too much, like I know many people dreaming about to winning lottery, but they don't even know what they would do with money. They would, how would you spend? Oh, okay, but do you know what actually, if you spend that much money, it will be gone even quicker than you ever even imagined. But nobody really thinks about it, because people think when I get million or whatever millions, that will be my happiness. No, I can promise you that. To go in the shop to buy something, yay, and what's next? And I know to win a millions, we all want. But excuse me, when I win the millions, I know exactly what I will do. It's all drawing, it's all picture, it's all done. And I'm letting really to universe to figure out when is this ready for me. Maybe never. Because universe sometimes, like not sometimes, always knows better what suits for us. Maybe that millions could ruin my life or your. And if it's not coming, don't think that's something what you need to force. I want to. I will buy all tickets, and I push it and I push it, and then you could be broke even without thinking about it. But the most important, maybe it's the reason what is not coming to you. First, like I said, maybe it's the reason because you don't even know what you would do with that. Maybe it's the reason because you would win the millions and you would spend it without doing anything good for others. You would just buy more materialistic things and actually would ruin you. would ruin your life. And that's why sometimes universe protects in you about like with not giving that what you really dreaming, because sometimes what we think it would make us happy, it's not always really would make us happy. As I was saying about, like, say, love and marriage. You wouldn't date somebody in a week and the next day married because I really want to get married. And then, oh, sugar, that's not the right person. Okay, so what's this happen? How's this happen? Because you pushed it too strong, because you forced it. Someone or you been forced because you so wanted so powerfully to get married, and in the end, that's not the right person. Sometimes it's a lot more power in take your time without forcing, having your time, having your moments, thinking about it, feeling about it, dreaming about it. And if it's really feels good, as I was saying, when you're having your wish board and you know about it and you're happy about it, yes, I think I do want that. Then universe will know and will see, and are you ready and all, because sometimes whatever we think we're ready, universe always knows better. And if it's not coming to you, if you can't do something like that, something not happening, maybe just leave it, just back off and say, okay, maybe that's not for me, or maybe it's not the right timing. I remember I really wanted new Mazda Jeep. But that time they didn't make Mazda Jeeps. But I wanted Jeep and I wanted Mazda because I was driving Mazda, normal different car, like normal car, not Jeep, for years, and it never gave me a trouble. Never gave, like, it was so reliable, so good car, and I love it. And I said, okay, next car, but I want Jeep size, with Jeep shape. But I'm a woman, I don't know about cars. I just want big because I want to put my advertising, the stickers on of my name of the Asta Fashions, and I want it to be on the good Jeep looking cool. But actually, I looked around, looks like Mazda not making at that moment. And I said, okay, must be then not for me. And then I got Qashqai, and it was that kind of size, that kind of style, and it suits me. So I was working, like having my Qashqai for 5 years. And after 5 years, I got my Jeep, Mazda Jeep, what I was dreaming. And that's exactly what was in the right time. And it was not new, because when I just got my Qashqai, it's actually Mazda, created this Jeep and all that. But of course, price was too high, and I would not buy that. Like, I wouldn't. First, I don't like to give it away so much money for the car. But actually, after 5 years, price gone down, and for me, it was perfect to buy it. Like, was no problem. And I was like, thank you. So that sometimes looks like, if I would be forcing, if I would be looking, if I would be going and taking a loan for this new dream, I don't know, would I be really happy after, paying so much money, because I don't really believe in this, but you have to pay so much money for the car. But it was what I wanted, and took me only 5 years, and I'm driving it and I loving it, and I'm not paying that much money what was worth, like what was wanted from the first zero moment. So it's really, sometimes it's worth it to wait without pushing, looking around and saying, okay, what can I do in this moment? Maybe it's not my time, maybe I don't need to push, because you will not stop river of life. You will not force anything what is not for you. You actually will break your own neck, really, because you try push something what is not pushable. You will overwork, you will overhard, you will lose so much energy and power to pushing that, and in the end, no good results. Sometimes it's need like, okay, why is this not happening? maybe needs to look into it a little bit deeper. Maybe you didn't know where you're going, and maybe that's really not for you at all. If you're thinking what to do and how to do, and if you don't know, let's have a chat. Send me a private message, and we will have 20, 30 minutes free consultation. No problem at all, because sometimes it's better to talk before you do a big step. So I wishing you a good evening. And if you've never done wish board and you would like to do it, send me a message and we organize something, because I have a couple girls already who want to do it, so we can do in couple. But at the same time, if you want to just chat, just have a free consultation, no problem at all. 15, 20 minutes, and you know what to do next, because it's always good to talk with someone, especially some stranger who don't really look into your life and saying, I know your mom, and now I go and tell your mom. Just really, sometimes it's better to talk with someone who's not really connected with you, because believe me, every person have their own things to worry and thinking, and then you coming with your troubles, and you know, when someone professional, they're not putting their own problems and talking with you about that. Really, is just sharing and talking and guiding you, kind of say from cold perspective, about any, oh, I'm telling you because I care about you. Yes, I do, but I'm not your mother. So I will be more strict probably, and more straight to the point than caring about, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that, or maybe I shouldn't say that, maybe I shouldn't suggest. No, because I always talk truth, and truth sometimes could be hard, but at the same time, it really mostly helps. Sweet lies never helps. So I will talk to you tomorrow at the same time, and I'm wishing you a good evening. And if you want to book a free consultation, send me a private message now.